right way.
Gonna be great, gonna be a good day.
This is Jase and Lauren on Melbourne's Nova 100.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday. Whole team's here.
Morning.
Morning.
Wow.
What's happened?
It was hot.
Guys, have we finally had the cool change?
I don't know, but I thought we were going to burn to hell on Saturday afternoon. She was hot.
I love
Is that
the heat.
Is that the fair skin and the ginger hair?
Yeah,
It's
and
causing the issues?
and then I had the kids inside. I'm trying to get them off iPads, but I'm like, go outside, and then they'd open the
No.
door and it'd be like, so I'd be like, right, come back inside.
Although you're a Queenslander, you should be used to the heat. And my fiance Paul is the same. He's a Queenslander, and all he did was talk
They
about
complain.
the heat.
Why do
And
they
sit
complain
inside
so
in the air
much?
conditioning. But when it's 19 degrees in Melbourne and cold,
They
also
complain.
complain about that.
You're going to love this.
What's that about?
We went and bought one of those inflatable slides.
You love
yep.
inflatables.
Love it, love an inflatable.
He's a regular at Clark Rubber, I
Oh,
reckon.
he
Well, when I
is.
was young
What
and
can we buy from Clark Rubber this weekend?
when I first moved out, I had an inflatable armchair. Do you
What do you
remember me
mean? With the
No, sorry. I had one of those when I was a 12-year-old girl from Girlfriend magazine.
Mine was a Bundy rum one. It was like a free prize
Did it
at
have
the
a drink
bottle shop.
holder?
Yes.
Of course it did.
Was it a double or a single chair?
Single. Come on, mate. I was
How
18.
long did that take you to blow up?
I didn't need a double. No girl was coming around if I had an inflatable couch.
Not on a Jim Beam couch.
So here's the go. I bought one of those like inflatable slides for the kids. However, there was a rip in it on Saturday, so I'm like, I can't need to fix it. Like it's going to be hot. So
Down
I'm,
in Clark Rubber.
Yeah, off you went.
I'm sitting there and I'm trying to glue it, and the sweat is just running off my face onto my hands while I'm trying to glue this bloody inflatable slide together. And then I'm like, got it. My hand was stuck to the slide. Oh. Super glue. It'll get you every time.
Did you fix it with super glue?
Yeah.
Don't you get that tape? Isn't there some sort of tape?
There's like you always get a patch kit, but you always throw the patch kit out.
Oh,
You go, I'm not going
First
to
thing
need this.
goes.
Gone.
Was it when you say an inflatable slide? Was it an inflatable water slide or just
Yeah.
an inflatable plastic
No,
slide?
inflatable water
Oh
slide.
yeah, good one. How many times did the big boy go down?
Big boy went down twice.
No wonder it popped.
Then need another patch job. Was an Aldi
We
special
ain't
buy.
using that again next summer.
Oh, was it an L? Now, I'm on that LD Facebook page,
Oh,
and
yeah.
when things like that go on sale on a hot day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hot property. How did you manage to get one? Were you down there early?
No, we've had it for a while. So I bought in winter.
Ah,
Hey,
smart.
was there a situation at the car park this morning here at Nova?
Well, yeah.
I panicked. I'm not. This car park thing's not
You
really
panicked.
working
I
out
got
for me.
here first because I'm a bit nerdy. And I don't have a pass to get in here, and the door was down.
Don't
Right.
you have a pass yet?
No. Can we sort me a pass, please?
Can't you catch the tram at 4 a.m?
Anyway, and I press the button that says...
Are you supposed to be here?
Oh, well, I don't know. You tell me,
Okay.
am I? And anyway, the security were meant to be coming, and they didn't come. So I had to reverse
how did you
out.
get in?
I reversed out.
Where did you park?
I waited for somebody else to come in.
Oh,
and then I
tailgate.
had to tailgate
Smart.
yeah.
somebody from the rival radio station.
So,
Smart. Because when I got into work, it was saying, security is on the way. Security is on the way. And I panicked. I was like, there's a situation in the car park and I got to get out of here.
So they hadn't arrived?
guess
Well,
what
no,
I
but I
did?
thought something bad had happened. So I ran.
I heard the security was on the way. I thought it was live, so I was talking back to him going, no need for security. And he goes, security's on the way. And I'm like, no, I didn't hit the button. 2 times for me to realise, this is recorded, isn't it?
Well, we're all here, safe and well.
Hey, Nick Daicos joining us this morning after
How
8
good.
o'clock.
Collingwood superstar and the Pies.
Oh, don't go
what
there.
happened?
Don't
They
go
were even
there.
worse than the D's.
I know. Absolutely shat the bed.
Oh, well,
Is there a premiership hangover at play?
No, just calm down. It was round 0, if we're calling it that.
No, apparently the AFL said you're not allowed to call it round 0. You have to call it opening round.
Oh, okay.
Why is that?
I called it the rehearsal. Now that
Yeah.
that's out of the way, let's get into the season.
Well, I don't think my Tigers were any better, were they?
No, we all had a shocker.
Had a shocker, but he is a superstar of the game. And geez, he's looking good at the moment. Got a bit
Now-
of a man crush on Nick Daicos.
Yeah, he is a good-looking rooster. I reckon he'd be a fan fave.
Add him to the list.
Yeah. What the hell has Mason Cox done?
Oh,
Everyone's talking about Mace.
he's in strife.
Yeah.
We should speak to...
What's he done?
So there was an
I
incident
love Mason.
pre-match, basically, where the umpires will give both ruckmen the chance to sort of test out their, ruck know-how.
To have a
So
practice.
To have,
Yeah.
to have a tap or two. Anyway,
It's a sharp 2 minutes,
They sort of
isn't
get 2 minutes each
Yeah.
or 3 goes at
Yeah.
it, and Mason thought it was time for a changeover, and anyway, all shit hit the fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
he had someone else's turn.
He had someone else's turn.
Yep, threw his toys early. And then it came back to bite him.
So
did
very
it?
unlike Mason.
Let me take you to the UK. Let's go to Kensington Palace this morning.
Love me some Royals.
If you don't
Yes. The Royals have been in the headline.
Sorry, just
Yet
quickly.
again.
When's the toe sucker here?
mind. I think she's already
been
been
here.
and gone.
You missed it.
She's sucked and left.
Yes, Fergie. Is she still Princess Fergie?
Yeah, I think she is.
Yeah, let's call her that.
And she's the sucky or the...
Well, I think she likes
Her
it both
toes got
ways.
sucked.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, I think her toes got sucked.
Oh,
I
really?
don't think she did the toe sucking, did
Gotcha.
she?
We missed her.
Anyway,
Who are we to judge?
that's not who we are talking about this
Absolutely
morning. We're talking about Princess Kate has hit the headlines. Now, we know she's been unwell. We know she had some kind of stomach surgery. It was Mother's Day in the UK this weekend, and she posted what I thought was a gorgeous photo of her and her 3 children, Princess Charlotte, Prince Louis, and of course, Prince George, the future king. The photo was so cute. Happy Mother's Day. Thanks for all your support. Well, I've been unwell. But the sleuths out there, now who has the time to do this? Really
mate.
started zooming in on the picture, and there were many issues with the photo. Clint from the newsroom.
So the first one was on the wrist of one of the kids.
Princess
Is that
Charlotte.
right? The Charlotte's.
So the sleuths noticed that her wrist and her cardigan had been photoshopped
Had
somehow.
been altered. There was like a
Yes.
different coloured cardigan on top or underneath the other cardigan, right?
Yeah, there was about, I think, there was a bunch of edits. There was also, so there was the mismatch wrist. There was no
cares?
wedding ring on Catherine's left
Who
hand.
cares?
That's controversial.
She's docked the photo, mate.
The skirting board was off kilter.
I don't know if you've driven past our billboards, but we look nothing like them.
Nothing wrong with a bit of Photoshop, if you ask me.
I know, that's why I'm like, what's... nothing like them.
Now, the
if
real-
anything, it looks more like my son.
The real kicker was the leaves on the deciduous tree in March. There shouldn't be leaves on it,
I
apparently.
didn't spot the leaves.
So anyway, then the photo was pulled. There was a kill order from places like Getty Images saying, do not post this image, do not use it. Everyone still ran it, obviously.
So basically what people are saying is that she and the Royals are hiding something, right? Is that,
So-
is that,
Yes.
is that what they're implying?
Do they think it's as extreme as that's not even Kate in the photo, that's another woman and they put Kate's face on top?
But then why did they Photoshop Princess Charlotte's wrists?
I just don't...
It's odd, isn't it?
And this morning, Kate has actually taken responsibility for this, saying, I'm an amateur photographer and I was just,
I do occasionally.
dabbling in a little bit of Photoshop.
Yes.
My wife went right down a rabbit hole on this last night. We're having an argument. In every ad break on Married at First Sight, we'd go back to it.
Oh, it
I'm like,
happens,
who
apparently.
cares? Who cares?
No, I think it's really odd. I mean, I don't care the photo is edited. Like, knock yourself out, sister, if
Exactly.
you're making yourself look a little younger in your photo that's going to the
Yeah.
whole world.
They've just made more issues for themselves because now more questions are being asked about Kate's health.
But she also didn't say this photo was taken today, so who cares if there's leaves on the trees?
Do we think, like, yeah, is she not well? Have they got her hidden somewhere? I don't get it.
Well, that's the thing. Nobody knows. It's a big mystery.
Well, no, then she was seen going in a car somewhere, so she's not hidden. She hasn't been taken hostage. She's alive and well, I think.
I thought
it
old
is odd, though.
conspiracy theorist over here, Lauren Phillips, would rock
Tinfoil
up today.
hat.
Yeah.
What do
Normally
you
you've
think's
got-
happened?
Yeah, normally
What's
you've
your
got-
theory?
I think they've just posted an older photo, not a current photo.
And she's just trying to...
I reckon they're hiding something.
Oh, God.
Why is she not wearing her wedding ring, Clint?
Oh.
Do you think she's no longer the future queen?
Is Lizzie still alive? Sorry, I was just jumping on the bandwagon.
No,
Oh,
Is
conspiracy.
she back?
no, she's definitely not.
Didn't see that one coming. Today, a bit of a cooler change. Thank God. Tops of 20 we're going to be going for.
Oh, I miss the heat already.
So
No.
do I, Lauren.
I'm
I
good.
love the warm weather.
She was a warm one. She was a warm one. Kids sport. A lot of kids sport was cancelled on the weekend. Too hot.
What about Moomba?
I know. No
What a
parade.
shame.
What a waste having
Oh,
Pete
Lauren,
in.
look at that. Lauren just did an eye
Were
roll.
you two planning on going in to see the
Oh,
parade?
I love the parade.
There was my Saturday.
Yeah.
No, it was Monday. Wasn't it Monday? Poor Pete Hellier never got his street parade.
I saw the
as
King of
King
Moomba was in
Moomba.
his shorts yesterday, though. Not very regal, is it?
Was
No,
it?
you'd have to be in shorts in that temperature.
Hey, there's always good weather aboard a cruise, and that's where I want to take
Cruises
you right now.
are in the headlines at the moment.
Aren't they
Everyone's
just?
doing them.
I think because Virgin bought out that whole
Yeah.
like
Oh,
adults
yeah.
only cruise.
Trendy cruise.
Yeah, and that looked pretty cool. Every influencer I know was on there posting about their what do you call it?
Hammocks?
The hammocks on the
Yes,
balcony.
You'd be a hammock guy.
Absolutely not. Trying to get one out. I look like one of those pork roasts wrapped in the rope.
My dad's girlfriend's currently on a Virgin cruise with her girlfriends. Can't wait for the review when she gets back.
Well, speaking
She's
of
not
reviews,
a 20-year-old influencer, though.
Yeah, right.
I jumped aboard a cruise liner on Friday for weekend today, right? It was docked at Sydney Harbour. Yes, Jase?
You seem like a cruise guy. to
I'm
me.
not. Why is that?
Because you're wearing Crocs right now.
Well, that's
they
okay.
scream cruise.
Now, this isn't any old cruise,
Right.
Lauren. I want to tell you about the 9-month cruise where when you jump on, there's no getting off. You're living aboard that thing
for 9
for
months.
9 months, 274 days. It's called the Ultimate World Cruise on board the Serenade of the Seas. Sound appealing?
Serenade of the Seas.
I caught up with a few TikTokers on that cruise liner.
So you're actually studying university right now?
Yes, yeah, I'm getting my master's at the University of Alabama right now online. I've loved every minute of it. I have loved getting to travel the world with my family, getting to meet so many people from the crew.
Are they paying to be on there, or are they because they're TikToking?
They're there to spruik, basically. But that girl was from Alabama, and she's basically living life on the cruise liner with her parents, and she's studying while she's traipsing around the world.
I mean, it's better than sitting in your room at your desk at mum and dad's, I guess.
Well, hang on. What's it like?
Is it fancy?
If it was 1990, it'd be fancy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is
But
it a bit dated?
It's the SeaWorld Nara Resort floating.
Is there water slides and mini
there's
golf?
a water slide and there's mini golf.
Ice
Yep.
skating rink?
No ice skating rink.
Diving show at the back of the boat. That seems to be a big thing.
Wasn't there for the diving show.
What about the little the surfing machine? Where
The wave machine.
The wave machine.
I had to do that for the Today Show on a boat once.
But all sorts of crazy stuff goes on when you're at sea, right?
Well, I don't know, but there's another cruise. I don't know if you guys have heard
Is this
about
the pineapples?
the naked cruise. No,
Have you-
there's a naked cruise.
Have you heard about the pineapples?
No.
What's the pineapples? Is that on the naked? It's probably on every cruise.
Well, apparently, I'll use the word apparently, if you dangle a pineapple on the door handle, it means
Come on in,
you're up for it.
A pineapple?
You're ready to swing.
A pineapple?
and you leave the door unlocked.
In she comes.
Oh, it's a swingers
Really?
boat.
Yeah.
Do you have to be on a boat for that?
I don't think you can be leaving
What's the naked
pineapples on your
cruise?
front door.
What's the naked cruise?
Well, the naked cruise, there'd be plenty of pineapples. Now, this one's got 2,100 passengers, and it's called the Big Nude Boat. But there is one rule on the boat. It's run by Bare Necessities, is the
Right.
cruising
Oh, of
company. The
course.
one rule is that men can't get overly excited.
Oh, well, you can't help that.
And they say that if you're starting to feel things move around down there, you should jump in cold water or think about baseball.
Jesus Christ.
That's what it says in the rules. Think
Do you
about
know-
baseball.
You know, a lot of old people now aren't getting rooms in nursing homes. They're just cruising. So they're buying rooms on these boats. And they're
Buying them?
Like they just buy and they live on cruise ships.
So I chatted to a
Why not?
Exactly.
I tried chatting to this German man at the bar on the Serenade of the Seas.
Yeah.
He was sitting there with an American woman, and I couldn't get a word of English out of him. And she goes, "No, he does not speak English." But she told me that they were together, right? So they'd hooked up on the boat. And I
they'd
said,
left
"Well,
the
how do you communicate?" And she goes, "It's okay. Everyone speaks the language of love." Oh. They're in their 60s.
Really?
Loving life.
Oh my!
But then what happens if you break up on the boat and then you've got to see them every day
That's
for
the
9
problem.
months?
Yep.
You can't hide on a cruise.
You know, there's a morgue on there as well.
No, there's not.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
No.
You
Surely just
Google.
turf them overboard.
You go.
Seriously.
Like a torpedo
See ya.
little tube out the back. There goes Jenny and Steve. They didn't make
Fish
the next
food.
port. Just quickly, I want to see where you sit on this. I went to watch the Pies on Saturday night. Not at the game, at the RSL.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I've
Great.
taken up new residence. I've moved on from Hampton Bowls.
You've ditched the bowling club.
Have you? Is Hampton Bowls, so there was some controversy, it was closing down and then it came back?
Yeah,
Is
so
it back or
they've
not?
reopened it only 3 or 4 nights a week, and it's only open 4 till 8.
Oh, that's not.
Like,
that's
I get
not
the
on.
kids to sleep.
You're a
and
creature of habit.
I'm only going down there for 40 minutes. What's the point? You know,
That's
And
a bachelor pub. That's what that is, 4 till 8.
how good's this though? It's now run by volunteers, and I said, "Can you drink like while you're serving?" And they said, "Yeah." And I'm like, "I might pull a shift."
You're tragic.
Oh, my
You are
God.
tragic.
Got to go to work. Back to my bit for the community. Anyway, I was down at Hampton RSL watching the game.
Pokies while you're there.
What's the facilities like down at the Hampton RSL?
He'd be a
Amazing.
Pokies guy, wouldn't he?
Amazing. The only catch was though, first quarter,
Probably.
watching the Pies. All of a sudden, TV goes off. Live band starts.
Oh, I don't mind that. Oh, but
What sort
Oh.
of band are we
What's
talking?
the rule?
with a live band, I think once the footy start, you either don't have the footy on from the beginning,
Yeah,
you can't take it away.
yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, am I that guy? Do I go up to the bar and ask for the screen to be put
No.
on behind
Yeah,
the singer?
you should. You absolutely should.
No, I sat out on my own watching KO on my phone. That was
there wasn't even like
Out on the balcony, that was rock bottom.
there wasn't even like a room you could watch the
there was
footy
no
in?
other room.
Oh, but I love a live band.
Yeah,
It's a jazz band.
Good tunes.
I think it was like a tribute.
Oh no.
Like an ABBA tribute.
Well, I thought Pink was playing the Hampton RSL, but no, it was like a
A
tribute.
Pink tribute band.
There's some amazing Pink tribute performers around.
At the Hampton RSL on Saturday, you're telling me that there was a Pink tribute band.
Do they get the trapeze out as well? Spinning through the bistro.
She was on that electric chair to go down the stairs.
A Pink tribute.
What's going on in here?
Said it.
It's not.
You're weird. You got a weird life.
It was like, speed that chair up. Let's get this show on the road so we can put the footy back on. Right across Melbourne, it is Jason Lauren. You're listening to Nova 100. Today, a lot cooler. Tops of 20 we are going to be going for, which is nice, and a nice little cool change.
The cool change. Wasn't everyone hanging on for the cool change? I love watching the weather people on the news, and they're like, and Melbourne, the cool change is coming.
It's on the way.
Rest easy. It's coming.
Yeah, but trying to sleep
Well,
on
set the
Saturday
scene at your
night.
house. How many air conditions you got going?
We're in a rental, but we're very lucky that we got the ducted.
Oh, you got ducted. Must be nice.
Must be nice.
That's like growing up with someone who had gates on their driveway. It was like, oh,
Yeah, that
God.
screams rich.
Yeah.
If you got ducted air conditioning.
Yeah, and I sat the family down for a serious family meeting on
For a
Saturday
pep
morning.
talk.
Oh, can you imagine?
Guys,
Dad, we
gather
get
round.
it. It's hot. We got to shut the doors. Was that what the family meeting was about?
Do not leave the doors open.
And
Yes.
no one turned my ice machine off. Was that the family
going?
meeting?
Was the
Ice machine was
going?
churning all weekend.
Good
Well,
on you.
so my fiance Paul is also a Queenslander like Jase, and it troubles me that you Queenslanders, all you do is whinge about this cold Melbourne weather, and then when it's hot, all you do is whinge about how hot it is and make us all sit inside in a 17-degree air conditioning. I can't stand
So what's
the
your
air
perfect
conditioning.
temperature? It's a good point. You're
Balmy
always whinging.
19.
You're always whinging.
Balmy 19 degrees,
19?
beautiful. I was out fishing on St Kilda Wharf on Monday morning, yesterday. And it was
How
beautiful.
early?
Around 7:30, it was great.
Yeah. It got hot real quick.
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
it?
at 8 o'clock, I was like running for the car.
And you don't run, so it must have been hot. No, so we had the air conditioner on all weekend, as the Queenslander that I live with demanded, but I couldn't stand it, and I kept opening the doors, and he was not happy. I kept opening the sliding doors. I was like, let's get some warmth in here. Let's get some fresh air.
You know it's hot when I was in Sydney, but the plane landed, the Qantas flight landed at Tullamarine Airport. Tullamarine. And on the PA, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Melbourne, where the current temperature is 37 degrees, and it's
On the plane, yeah.
that
Oh,
collective. Oh.
It's like when people clap when you land.
I know my favourite. I've had two pilots do this. It's a bit of gear where they're like, welcome aboard, direct flight to Cairns. No, just joking. I know we're going to Sydney. It's like, good gear.
Oh,
Mad
no.
Captain.
That's a panic. But what about the poor people that had weddings and had like things outdoors?
George at the coffee shop, I was chatting to him this morning. I mean, his daughter moved house on the weekend.
No, you can't be doing that.
That's what I said. I'm like, put that off to a night
By
job.
himself, or would you get
No,
someone in
you
to do the
can't
job?
put it off.
He had removalists. Do it through the night.
You can't just say to the removalists too hot, don't come.
Do it during the night.
Look like you're robbing the
I
joint.
know. No, you can't be doing it overnight. It was still hot overnight.
We borrowed the at the old radio station I worked at. We borrowed the Black Thunders once to move house during the night, but we didn't tell anyone at the station we were doing it. And then one of them was out at a pub, and they saw two Black Thunders go past with a couch hanging out the back. They thought the cars had been stolen. It's just us moving house, mate.
I've joined a bolo.
A bowling club. Bowls club.
I've
one?
joined Richmond. I just have to check what it's called. Richmond Union Bowling Club.
Yeah,
now,
boy.
where's that? Which
That's
one
on
is it?
Gleedle Street in Richmond because I've just moved back to the hood
There
after
are
a
some
little.
cracking bowls clubs around
Mate.
town.
Do you actually play lawn bowls when you're a bowls member? Or are you
You
just
don't
going
have
to
to.
drink there?
You know how I did
And
after I recently started playing. I've been going there for about 6 years.
Yeah, but you're the right age for lawn bowls.
So educate me. So what is it? I mean, I believe it gets you some drink specials.
Yeah, normally drink specials. You got to have your card. You scan your card.
Can you go if you're not a member?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not like an RSL where you got to sign in.
Yeah, right. Okay. And what else do you get?
Well, that's
They do
what-
functions there.
Oh, functions.
Functions are
You
huge.
could have your birthday there, Clint.
They had the Kmart Christmas party there one year at Hampton Bowls.
That would have been massive.
Yeah, it was huge. And then they had to wristband them because half the staff were under 18, so they couldn't serve them alcohol. They ended up trashing the outdoor tables, and then girls got out on the green in their stilettos. How do you reckon that went down?
Just in their stilettos.
Yeah, that wasn't the issue.
My type of bowling club.
Yeah, there's 40 nude women on the bowling green. Yeah, that's fine, but they're in stilettos. Look what they're doing to the grass.
Guys, I got an invitation pop up in my inbox a couple of weeks ago, and I wasn't sure whether I wanted to attend or not. But over the weekend, I've been convinced that I am going. It is my, can you believe it? Quite rude, I was invited. 20-year school reunion. 20.
Only 20.
30?
Is
Only.
it? I thought it might have
Stop
been
it. 20
30.
years. I still have nightmares about being in year 11 and 12 and doing my exams. It feels like yesterday. 20
So how did it make you
years
feel?
Old.
I went to mine. It's
Did
horrible.
you?
Yeah.
Why?
It was just like I didn't know anyone. I couldn't recognise anyone.
That's what I'm nervous. I'm nervous that there's going to be people there that I'm going to think, I've never seen you before
But
in
don't
my
you
life.
hang out with your friends all the time from high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've still got a couple of really great friends from school.
Yeah.
And so we are on a WhatsApp currently, and we're like, there's a
That's
bunch of
good.
us going. Some are unavailable, some live overseas, some have moved away. But there is a few of us going, and the group chat's been
So
like
when is
some
it?
good
Sorry.
gear in there. It's on Friday night.
After
Oh, we
30
might-
years, I only talked to one of my school friends. That's pretty good. 30 years and you still got a whole little group.
You haven't done yet. You're not 10 years older than me, are you? No. Are you?
I'm saying
You look
it's-
it, but I don't
saying
think
it's
you are.
your 30 years.
Oh, my 30 years. No, 20 years. And the group chat has consisted of everyone talking about their first boyfriends, first pash at school,
Co-ed school?
co-ed school, and will they or won't they be there?
Who was the first?
Paul.
That's right, I forgot. Third base for you was a high five.
So what sort of preparations are you going to put in this week to get yourself
Well, I'm
ready
not-
for Friday?
I'm
Are we
quite
going to see
nervous
the
about-
dentist?
Can we do the show from the high school reunion? Can we do a special?
No. This is not a joke. You two are not invited.
Oh, well, I think we should go.
No, don't. There'll be no Casanovas turning up. I'd like to sneak in a side door. What do I wear? Because
Hang on, no, I want to get back to the first boyfriend.
my first boyfriend
Was he at school?
was Dean.
Dean.
So will he be there?
I don't know.
Right.
Okay.
How long did you date Dan?
So they sent through the list of there's about 250 kids in my
You
year.
better say list of ex-boyfriends for you to
a long
approve. It's
one.
going to be like, bloody hell, how many were there?
Just unroll the
Dean will
scroll.
be there, Charlie, Larry,
There
Troy.
was about 250 kids in my year.
Right.
But we had a big influx in year 11 and 12 of international students that just came for the 2 years because our school did the international baccalaureate as well as the VCS. So there are a lot of international students that came and then left. So I would think there'd maybe
you,
be like 100 that go, or is that wishful thinking?
Are you the most famous?
Sorry?
Are you the most famous?
Farmers.
No, don't
Come
say
on.
that. No.
Sure.
I see you on postcards every week. Life must be treating you well. Me, I've got 9 kids, living in the burbs, loving life. Jerry, my husband, he's a mechanic. So tell me about what's it like to work with Beck Judd.
We did a 5-year reunion and a 10-year reunion, and I remember at the 5-year reunion the people that had kids, and I was like, wow, they've already got kids, they've got their lives together, and here I am turning up to the 20th with no kids and still hanging out with you two. Like my life
Joke's on you.
has gone nowhere.
Just quickly, is it at the school?
It's at the school.
Yeah, that's
And-
what mine was
no,
like
that's
as well.
So there is a half hour earlier. It starts at 7. At 6:30, you can go and do a tour of the school. Is that so you get roped in to send your kids there? Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give
yeah,
money.
So
yeah.
that's-
They
Give
did
money.
the same for us because I remember walking around going, "Oh, good to see where our money went."
Yeah.
So that's redundant for me. If I don't have kids, would it be weird if I did the school tour?
Look a little desperate.
What's the bet you walk in there? You walk in there and you basically go and socialise with the people you've been chatting on WhatsApp with for the last 20
Exactly.
years.
Well, no,
Like, that's
I'm
the thing.
absolutely going to arrive with them so we can have like a glass of wine first.
Do you reckon any?
Surely I'm not turning up.
You're preloading before the reunion.
Well, it's like the school form. We were 18, so
Prees.
you're allowed to.
I wonder if anybody would hook up with their first crush,
Oh, back
like
there.
at a high school reunion. Like, you know what I mean?
Why not? Surely.
I
Been
know
there before.
someone that dated in high school and then they split up, went their own separate ways, when got married, had kids, and
they're
they'd both
back.
they'd both separated from their partners, went to their 20-year reunion, rekindled, and now they're together.
Wow.
After-
Jase, I've got a document.
What sort of document?
AVO.
A document from your past, from your high school years.
Is it a photo? Please
Which-
tell me it's a school
Don't.
photo. Have you got the school photo?
Liz has been digging up. My mum has
Look,
been
put it
digging
this
up
way.
all my old school books. She's got quite nostalgic when I said it was
Do you
my
have the
20-year
metalworks on the
reunion.
teeth, or were you all right back
No,
then?
they were off in year 10.
It's a list.
What do you mean?
Of ex-boyfriend.
Don't.
It's a list. Look, I'm not going to tell you too much, but it's a list of
Did my
pros
mum
and
give you
cons.
this?
And we're going to take you to Lauren's sex education class.
Oh!
Did my mum give you
Straight
this?
from the exercise book, courtesy of Liz.
Don't.
Lauren's high school reunion is coming up this week.
No.
We're going to take a trip down that very short list on the other side of this. Just found out coming up this week is Lauren's 30-year school reunion
20, don't do that. That's unfair. It's
30,
my 20-year school reunion.
happening.
If it was my 30-year, gee, I look good. So I'll take it.
She just stormed out of the studio and went, "Don't put up my old school pic. You'll be able to see how much work I've had done."
That was
You look good, Lauren.
Money well
in my
spent.
year 12.
I'm just not going to talk.
So-
No, look, I've been sent a
Stop
page
it.
from her sex education workbook. And look,
keeps a sex
I'm not
education
too sure
workbook?
how much she's learnt through the years.
Don't.
It's labelled sex. It's a, ironically, it's a group project, and it lists the pros and cons of doing the deed of sex.
Did I write it?
Oh my!
Did I write it? Or it's a
God.
textbook?
Let me run you through a few of the pros. Let's start with the pros, shall we?
Did I write it or is it a textbook?
It's your writing.
Oh,
What
no.
year is this?
Don't.
The pros, Jase.
Don't. I'm going to walk out.
Pleasure. Closeness.
Oh, that's nice.
Special connection.
Oh, see? That's
What about
nice.
this one? You don't have to pleasure yourself.
I'd be putting that higher on the list if that was
And
me.
there's another one that sticks out. Fitness.
No wonder I'm unfit.
0.7. Stop raging hormones.
Let's turn our
Stop
attention to the
it.
cons, shall we?
What are the cons?
Well, things like diseases.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
See,
yes.
safety first.
Yep.
It's one their bad reputation.
Oh.
Why have you got money on there? What are you charging for it? What are you?
Well, here's one. Cons. Getting addicted.
Who writes a list?
Did I say
But
getting
way,
addicted?
way down the list. Point 10 of 10 is pregnancy.
Oh my God.
Lauren.
They're all very good points. Unless you want to fall pregnant, of course, and then it's a pro.
Exactly.
So I don't understand.
Con in high school, though.
You had to do this in a class, and the teacher got you to write pros and cons.
I don't remember doing that. Is it my handwriting?
It's definitely your handwriting.
yeah.
Oh my.
I mean, if you go by this rule, the cons list is higher than the pros. So technically, it explains why you're not doing it these days.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what a private school education pays for.
Because to new listeners to the show, Lauren's sort of the prude in the family.
Okay, well that's unfair. I just think I'm not as I don't talk about doing the deed as much as you like to talk about
Oh,
it.
please. If it comes up, we'll be like, you're going to throw a leg over. You'll be like, I'm going to go home and watch Married at First Sight. If Paul touches me, I'll chop his leg off.
Well, this document's actually from last week, not from high school.
Wow. All right, we are gearing up for your high school reunion.
Oh, gosh,
It's going to be
don't.
happening on
Where's your
Friday.
diary? Can I get a gander at your diary?
Absolutely not.
Oh, that'd make for juicy
What, my
reading.
school diary?
And if you went to school with Lauren, maybe just drop us a line. Drop me a line.
Good call.
No.
Get in touch.
Yep. Lizzie, is your mum listening this morning? She'd just be getting home. Liz, if you're listening, heading home from Rebs, we would love to get our hands on like the
Don't.
high school yearbook. Did you have?
I was quite a nice student, I think.
Well, I don't want people from Lauren's inner circle. I want sort of like the general population. If you went to
Absolutely.
school with Lauren, hit me up.
Yep. Get in
How are
touch.
they going to hit you up?
Not via the gram, you know.
What you want? You're just trying to get girls to slide into your DMs. That's all you're doing.
I won't
It's a
be-
new
I won't
form
be
of dating
I
app.
won't be using this checklist, that's for sure.
Right across Melbourne, this is Kiss Morning. Right across Melbourne, you are listening to Nova 100. You are on the air with Jase and Lauren. Clint's here from the newsroom as well. Anytime you want to join us on the air. Our number, Lauren?
13 24 10.
That's the one.
Yeah.
We got a new phone number.
13 24 10. Should we go to the phones at any point? If you get on the air, don't forget you go on the running for Nova's first class and 50K.
Now the phone's lit up before. What's happened? Andrina from Cranbourne East. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are we?
We're great. How are you?
We're super.
Oh, look, I'm loving the kisses, but I was definitely confused this morning. Didn't know if I was a Nova or a kiss.
Need to make a apology. Just going into Beyonce then.
Oh, no. He's
Old
dropped
habits die hard.
Did you drop the wrong
Did you shit the
station?
bed?
Let's go to the tape. Right across Melbourne, this is Kiss Morning.
Oh, no. It's only day 2.
You know the funny bit, though? The funny bit is, we've got all these producers out there, Andy the video guy, Mitch running around trying to work the phones, and I got a text from my 10-year-old my 10-year-old son's friend, OJ.
Oh, that's funny.
They're the only ones that picked up on it.
Well, Clint and I certainly didn't know.
No, not at all.
Oh, I can't believe it's taken this long.
All right, let's start a tally.
Do we do a swear jar?
Yeah, swear jar.
Oh.
That's $10 for
All
sure.
right, done. $10 is in for Friday drinks.
Well done.
Shout out if you're heading out to Tullamarine to go flying this morning. A bit of a concern if you're jumping on board a Baddock Air flight. You've flown these guys, haven't you?
I did, and I made it in one piece.
You love a cheapie,
Well,
don't you?
Even in this story, everyone's made it in one piece,
Yes.
but there has been an issue in the cockpit, Jase.
An Airbus A320, 153 passengers on board. 2 Indonesian pilots were flying out of Jakarta. The plane went a half an hour off course because of a bit of a situation. Air traffic control tried to make contact. Air traffic control to Baddock 493, come in please. Baddock 493, air traffic control, come in please.
Yep, not one, but both of the pilots
2 from 2.
fell asleep. Fell asleep at the cockpit. In the
wowee.
cockpit.
That's unsettling.
That's a bad
control.
scene. Surely, the flight attendants were like, we finished meal service a while ago.
Yeah.
This flight seems to be going on a bit.
But it does happen, doesn't it? You know, you get on a plane and...
No, it doesn't
if
happen.
you're a passenger.
I wonder if they had their eye masks on as well. Hey,
You
I've got
do
just
not
the guy
disturb
to tell us all about this. Captain Richard de Crepney, the hero pilot from Qantas Flight 32. Captain, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Captain Richard.
You know what? It'd be great gear if we went to you and you were asleep on the phone.
Hey,
How does this happen, Captain?
Well, I think first of all, there are all kinds of laws about fatigue management, and the airlines must obey them. And that airline certainly does have the fatigue management system. So the first rule is the pilots do not turn up fatigued. You really can't use, particularly if you're in your own time zone. Sometimes pilots going internationally across many hours of time zone change, if they haven't been in that time zone before, it can have terrible effects on the body and make you tired. So there is actually a method for pilots, one pilot at a time, to go to sleep.
One
to
at a
rest.
time.
But only for 20 minutes. You don't want to go too long. Otherwise, you get some, you stay down for too long and there's sleep inertia when you come back.
We're the same with an afternoon nap,
you
aren't
don't
we?
want to get
we
in the
always
deep
go.
sleep.
Yeah, you don't want to get back up.
but
But I
seriously,
think the pilot said that he had a 1-year-old child at home and he was putting a lot of effort into that, so he was fatigued when he went to work. No, that's not acceptable.
No.
I mean, you have a responsibility as a pilot to protect the lives of all your passengers, and you do not make that subservient to looking after a baby. If that's the problem, you do not go to work.
no. But Captain Richard, because the planes fly on autopilot, right? Are the
Cruise
pilots? Are the pilots? Are they doing much up there during the flight?
You're speaking to a
'Cause
captain
it-
here.
I know,
No,
but
they
for
don't.
half an hour they were
Yeah.
asleep and the plane just cruised.
Yeah, just like the radio station, it all goes on automatic, doesn't it? You don't need to do anything.
I don't do a lot, to be fair.
No, look, there are autopilots, and it's a bit like a cruise control. So if you leave the cruise control engaged on a highway, then it'll hold the speed until maybe you hit someone in front. But the autopilots are a bit similar to car cruise controls. Now, it would have held I think it held the course constant, and so the aircraft went off the published course because they were meant to be turning.
Yeah.
It held a constant track and so went off course, and then half an hour after, or 28 minutes after they'd fallen asleep and uncontactable, they woke up. And they weren't too far. They just had to dodge right and probably added an extra 10 minutes of flight.
It's like when you miss your exit on the Monash.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to loop around. You loop around.
Oh, there's nothing like the panic when you miss the exit.
Oh, I know. Captain, can I ask let's peek behind the curtains
Here we go.
When you're flying the plane, do you get first choice of the meals? Because you know how if you get stuck down the back. Sometimes they go, I'm sorry, we're out of the chicken.
Yeah.
You can
It's
only
annoying,
have the
isn't it?
stroganoff.
Yeah.
Do you get to pick before the passenger?
You don't want everyone to eat fish in the cockpit.
No, good call.
I've seen Flying High.
So pilots must eat separate meals, and in fact, they load separate meals for the crew because the most risky food to eat on an aircraft is a first-class food. And then the reason for that is because they have salads, they have oysters, cold seafood, salads. These are things that, well, certainly cold seafood is a great risk.
Yeah. So you get separate meals in case, like, say if you die of an oyster, then the co-pilot lands the plane.
Yeah, what? They can't both get sick on the same food.
You're just not allowed to eat cold seafood. In Qantas anyway, you're not allowed to. And that should... pilots generally were aware of the risky food, so they avoid it.
Yeah,
and,
I don't mind
you
that,
certainly
though.
don't have everyone eating the same food. That would
right.
I don't want the pilots up the front sitting there doing oyster shooters while they're meant to be flying the
I've
plane.
never gotten sick from my $8 Pringles, let me tell you.
Hey, Richard, just very quickly, given what happened in the past with QF32, do you have free flights for life with Qantas?
Oh, yeah.
A gold card?
I wish. Would you mind making a phone call
I can.
to the Vanessa Hudson for me?
You
Yeah,
should.
that'd be great.
100% you should have free flights.
Absolutely.
Captain Richard de
I
Crepney.
think that is just. I think so. Yeah, you're right.
Well, you deserve it. Hey, mate, thanks for jumping on this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks. Have a great day.
You
Thanks,
too.
Captain. What about that, hey? I like that the pilots eat separate foods because you don't want them both getting food poisoning.
Hey, I don't know what we'll get here. 13 24 10. Have you fallen asleep on the job? Oh, so at work.
There's a-
At work. Not on the job. Babe?
I mean,
No,
it
not
happens
that
from
job.
time to time.
Babe, you're on top of me.
Jase.
Babe, wake up.
At work.
At work, not on the job. You're squashing me, babe. Wake up.
You should stop talking now, Jase.
13 24 10. Have you fallen asleep at work?
Yes.
Because I will be very interested to find out what jobs. I mean, look, if it's a landscaper, it's fine, unless the ride-on mower is actually going. But like,
Yeah.
You
No,
know.
I fell asleep the day after Oaks Day at work.
it's called pass out. It's
we
not
I was
all
in the
fall asleep.
armchair on the Friday morning. I was sound asleep.
Do you reckon they wake up in the cockpit like you do on a plane? You know, when you're having a bad dream, like you're falling and you go, and you hit the tray table and you look around and you're just like, cool.
Do you reckon
That
they
cool.
had the head nods? Your head falls down and you lift it back up.
Amy has called through. Ames, what line of work were you in?
Hi, Jason Lauren, wonderfully stayed. So glad you guys are back.
Oh, thank
thanks,
you.
Amy.
Team. So I'm a nurse and I did fall asleep. It was, in my defence, double shift and a night shift for 18 hours, got the best of me.
Yeah, but
And I was snoring away and quite awkward and embarrassing, but yeah.
Were you supposed to be doing something at the time as a nurse or were you just like doing admin?
Oh, no, abroad, no. It was just more like just a kind of downtime that we
Oh,
got.
right.
And then I was at the nurse's station, just kind of got my head comfortable at the desk and, accidentally nodded away. And they were nice, though, lovely nurses. They didn't wake me up. I apparently was snoring for a good about 20 minutes.
yeah, but
that's
no one was waiting
humiliating.
for like morphine or anything like that. I mean, that's a
Didn't
concern.
get the defibrillator out
Yeah.
to wake you up.
Clear.
Snoring. If you've nodded off and you're snoring in a public place, though, that's humiliating.
13 24 10. Where have you fallen asleep at work?
Daniel in Kilsyth, good morning. Talk to us. Where were you working when you fell asleep?
I used to work at Mount Buller as a lifty, and I had a big night on the Travis Close the night before, and I thought, I'd have a quick nap at the top of a chairlift, and my job was to make sure when someone had fallen off, I make sure I stopped the lift and picked them up, and
Don't.
about 15 minutes had passed, a couple of kids had fallen.
Yeah, because if they don't stop, they just kind of get pushed along or they fall back down the hill.
Out of control chairlifts are the reason I don't ski. There's a lot of videos online.
They're quite amusing, though, aren't they? When someone can't quite get off.
Oh, watching my Paul, the big Queenslander, the first time we took him to the snow, try and get off the chairlift is one of the funniest things you'll ever see in your life.
And they get out that little mat where they've got to catch you
Oh, yeah.
if you've got to fall off and like jump off the chairlift.
Snowplow down.
I'm heavy. You sure you're right? Okay, I'm coming on 3.
God. All right, let's go to Belgrave. Jasmine, good morning.
Hello.
Talk to us. Where'd you fall asleep?
So I work as a childcare educator. You know,
Uh-oh.
when the kids go to sleep, the lights go down,
Yeah.
the music goes on, everything, like it's calm, and I've fallen asleep putting children to sleep multiple times.
Well, if they're having melatonin, you can have a couple as well.
Yeah, but
You get a little pillow, you lay down next to them, you give them a little pat on the bum, and you're off.
Yeah.
What is it? Melatonin, not Phenergan.
No, Phenergan's a hardcore
You
one.
can't do that anymore.
Oh, we're not doing that anymore.
That was in the early 90s.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think people...
You've got to say your kids had an allergy.
No, melatonin helps kids sleep.
Yeah, Phenergan helps the parents, let me tell you. Yep, he has an allergy.
Yeah, Phenergan's for if you have an allergy.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, 24:10 to join us on the air. Where have you fallen asleep, Melbourne?
Belinda, good morning. Where'd you fall asleep?
Actually, at work on the toilet because I didn't want to get caught. So I thought I'll go to the bathroom and, sit on the toilet. At least I can get half an hour.
Half an hour?
That's a lot.
What job are you working in, though, to do that?
It was a hostel. Like I was a carer there, but they were all asleep, very low care. I had my buzzer on me, but it was connected to a hospital. So the charge nurse used to do rounds through the night, so you never used to know when she was going to come. So I thought the only place I couldn't get caught
was the toilet.
Maybe in the toilet.
Yeah, she's not coming to
Belinda,
peep over
did you
the
have
door.
the lid up or down?
Yeah, I was thinking that because if you recline, that's going to hurt in your back. Yeah, right.
Lid down,
Yeah. Also, was it low care because the staff were asleep? Like, was it a high care facility they just weren't getting the high care? Hey, this is always good. Anonymous has called through on 13-24-10. What line of work were you in when you fell asleep?
It wasn't me. I used to work in a youth justice correctional facility, and the security guards would fall asleep in the back of the class.
Yeah, right.
The security guard. And was there ever an instance when he was perhaps required, but he was sound asleep?
No, thankfully, but I was definitely on alert for a few times and had to give a bit of a wake-up call.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Sorry to wake you, Jimmy. One of the guys has a shiv. Would you mind?
We've got a prison break going on.
4 have just gone over the fence. If you want to brush your teeth and splash a bit of water on your face, and then if we can just go and get them, that'd be great.
Yeah, I don't know if you want the security guard falling asleep.
No, absolutely not. The man from the prize who we know and love, Nick Daicos. Good morning.
Thanks for having me, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
We just worked out you're pretty much half Lauren's age.
We were just talking before about how it's my 20-year school reunion, and then I've just realised you're only 21. You were 1 when I finished school.
Yeah, there you go.
That's making me feel very
Hey, welcome to the new season, Nick. Unfortunately, didn't get off on the right foot. You got done by GWS, but it was a tough old night up there in Sydney.
It was. They're going to be a very good team this year, I think. So take nothing away from the Giants. I think, as I said, they'll be amazing, and we took lots of learnings from Saturday night, which I'm sure we'll implement Friday night.
How is it in the heat up there?
Yeah, it was definitely very hot and muggy. Boys were sweating a lot, and as a result, the ball was very slippery. So it was tough, but I think it was a bit hotter in Melbourne. So I think we're lucky we're in Sydney.
The great Collingwood man Eddie Maguire this week said in Melbourne we've become as resilient as limp lettuce because Mumford was cancelled.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think you should be running around and playing footy in 40-degree heat?
I'm not too sure. I love playing footy, so I'd happily do it. But there'd probably be a few boys that wouldn't be too happy.
Do you think they'll bring in an extreme heat rule like they do in the tennis for the footy players?
I don't think they will because our season starts in March. Usually it's not this hot.
Well,
but...
are you confused? I'm a bit confused, and I'm a sports
Oh,
journalist. It's not hard for
the
me to get
rehearsal
confused.
round.
Like what did you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing against the Giants. Obviously, a great team. I thought the AFL had a great initiative with Round 0, and they'll probably continue to grow it over the next few years. Like other round, I'm sure it will get better and better. So, no doubt it'll be good.
Hey, can we talk about a good mate of ours, Coxie, who we used to have on the show over at the old station. In fact, we couldn't get rid of him. He passed out on our floor after the grand final and necked a beer at 8 a.m. in the morning. We're like, mate, we're going home.
And
You've got to go.
dropped him to the buddy after
That's
party.
right. You did too. You dropped him to Mad Monday and he kept going. Little incident pre-game. Was he just trying to stir him up a little bit?
I actually don't know too much about it. I haven't spoke to Coxie about it. I was unaware at the time. Obviously, it's blown up in the media a little bit, but yeah, I think that's Coxie. He's quite jovial and likes to have a bit of fun. And I think GWS handled it really well too. I think they were understanding, and I think it's all clear now, which is great.
Yep.
So we love Mason Cox in here. Like we think he's a great bloke, but people say he's a bit of a stirrer. Is he like that around the club?
Yeah, he's around the club. He's as I said, he's quite jovial, brings lots of jokes, lots of fun, as you could imagine.
Dad jokes? Because we met his dad.
Yeah, lots of dad jokes. But he's very light-hearted, which we love. We love his personality within the four walls, and we love it.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I think he's just a bit misunderstood. You know, he's sort of bringing a bit of America to AFL.
Yeah, but I think it annoys a few people. So when he does something like what he did pre-match, and can you just run through people, for people that missed it, run through exactly what he did?
Oh, God, it's so technical. So am I right in saying, Nick, that each ruckman gets some time with the umpire or umpires in the centre square so they can practice their craft?
Yeah.
So it's like 3 minutes, I think, or something similar. And he was basically concerned or worried that it was eating into his time, or there was some confusion about whose turn it was. Anyway, he's apologised.
Very much like my boys when they have a fight in the front yard, he sort of threw the ball away and the other player had to go and get it. And that's what annoyed him, pretty much.
What's it like sort of stumping up after winning a flag, and how good was that last year?
Oh, it was amazing last year. It's obviously everything you work towards. You do those hard running sessions in the summer just to be there on the last day of September, and fortunately enough, we were able to do that. And we definitely celebrated hard. We're big on having deep wins, so we celebrated all our hard work and effort, and it was so amazing. And now I think it's so exciting to have to back it up again. There's so many new challenges. Teams will get better, so we're going to have to get better and keep moving.
We had your dad on just before the grand final last year, and he was telling us that you two still live at home, and we were teasing him saying you two...
He's still there.
You and your brother...
Is Mum doing the washing?
She's still doing the washing.
Oh, mate, don't
Cooking
leave.
dinners. I know, I've got it good. Not leaving anytime soon. That's
Do you
for sure.
sleep in bunk beds?
We do. Josh is on the bottom. Nah, we
Was it
don't
the
sleep
racing
in
car
bunk
one
beds.
or like a giant foot?
Not quite.
Who let themselves go over the summer break at the club?
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Who came back in disgrace?
Yeah.
I'm being totally honest. There was actually no one. I think
Really?
everyone came back really good. I think everyone's very hungry. I think a few weeks after the granny, everyone got together, started doing little group sessions for training, like unofficially. We weren't required to be back at training, but
Same here,
boys
mate. For
just
this
craved
gig,
it.
we did the same. Got together over Christmas.
Yeah.
Don't doubt that.
Nick Daicos is joining us. You guys taking on Sydney this Friday. How you feeling?
Very excited. We obviously had the loss Saturday night, so we've reviewed that game now. We've put it past us, taken plenty of learnings, and we're excited to implement them Friday night.
Does it take a few weeks to get into it? I feel like the first round is never a true representation of what's actually happening.
I'm not too sure. I know the boys are very eager first round. You got all pre-season where you're training and waiting for that game, so I'd like to think that we'd be on from the start, but maybe for us Friday night might be first win of the season.
Hey, you're a NAB Auskick coach in 2024. Where did you play your junior footy?
Out in Greythorn. So I played Auskick in Greythorn, and then junior footy was Q Rovers.
So you live and breathe Collingwood, obviously. Your dad, the Macedonian Marvel, played so many games for Collingwood. You're now a premiership player, but tell the guys who you grew up barracking for.
Yeah, I went for Collingwood for majority, and then there was a year and a half where I went for the Blues somehow. So
How did you get that past the family?
Yeah.
Dad wasn't happy at all.
Did you do it?
Yeah,
Was that your rebellious years?
I don't know. It must have been, but Dad was not happy, so I had to change back.
Some kids have a dart behind the shelter sheds. He's barracking for
Yeah.
Carlton.
How did how far did you go? Like, did you have the jumper and the
Oh,
the
he was in a
scarf and the
jumper.
beanie, face painting?
Flag. There was no face painting, but
Were you in the cheer squad?
wasn't quite in the cheer squad. I think that was the next step for me, and that's when I had to call it.
Yeah, and why'd you call it? Was it the risk of having to finally grow up and move out?
No,
or-
yeah, Dad kicked me out of home
Yeah.
At 7?
At 7.
There's the headline.
You wanted to be different. I get it.
Hey, you are the super coach now of Auskick. I caught up with some Auskickers over
Cool.
the weekend who are friends with my son, and they had some questions for you. All right, this is number one.
Hi, I'm Harper. My question is, what does your brother need to work on in his game? Does he suck at anything?
There's a bit. He could pass me the ball a little bit more, so maybe his hand and foot skills.
Gotcha.
Oh, do you think he's a bit selfish?
At times he can be.
What, you guys still live together at home? What could he work on at home?
Oh, his room's a mess, so I think that would be the first thing that he'd probably have to tidy up.
Girlfriend's allowed to sleep over?
Yeah.
Doors open? Door open policy?
No.
Not always.
No door open policy.
They're old enough.
All right, next question.
Hey, what's the best thing you've ever gotten for free?
Wow.
Best thing you've ever gotten for free? Sure, Dad still try and trade off his name?
Probably my car at the moment. I'm driving around.
Oh, must be nice.
Yeah, it's
Hashtag
definitely handy. Genesis.
Oh, and here's Clint getting the train to and from the game.
The Genesis, they look nice, those cars.
Man, of the
Fancy.
people.
Very lucky.
Fancy.
All right, we're on the air this morning with Nick Daicos. Next question.
Hi, I'm Ellis. What did you get in trouble when you were a kid?
What did you get in trouble for when you were a kid?
Gee, where do we
Worst thing
start?
you did?
Where do we start? Easy one off the bat, which coincides with footy, is probably kicking the ball too many times inside. Mum used to get very angry, breaking canvases and whatnot. So that was something that annoyed Mum.
It's actually funny you say that, because when I was saying to Ellis, hey, you record this question, ask him what's the worst thing he got in trouble for when he was a kid, he didn't understand me and he just told me what he got in trouble for. Have a listen.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I got the biggest thing in trouble with breaking a window.
No, that's not. I just...
Cute.
You and Josh still kick the pigskin inside?
A little bit. At
Mum
times.
still cracks it?
At times, yeah, she does. Our skills have gotten a little bit better, though.
Does Mum have a favourite child? Because every mum has a favourite child, even though they don't admit it.
I don't think she does, to be honest.
Really? Does
I'd
it
say
switch?
it would probably be me if she had to choose.
Yeah,
But
good one.
no, she's pretty fair.
I was always the favourite, so I got 3 older sisters. I remember Mum was in hospital and she didn't hang up the phone properly and I could hear her say to the nurse, that's my favourite.
Mums and their sons, I'm telling you. My brother's the favourite too.
Could get away with murder. Not that I'll do it. Hey, Nick Daicos is on the air with us this morning, mate. Good luck up against the Swans this weekend. If shake off the first week. Doesn't matter.
We'll see you in September. Surely.
No, I don't know about that. We've got to one week at a time. We'll take on the
There's the
Swans this
cliche.
week.
There it is.
Nice little short 4-day week. Hey, I'll tell you what I did enjoy. Being at home yesterday, I was sitting there watching the Oscars.
Oh, I loved it. Didn't Oppenheimer clean up?
Jimmy Kimmel
I haven't
knows.
seen it.
Haven't you?
No, neither have I.
I haven't got a day
Well,
put aside.
I went for the Barbie movie over Oppenheimer.
I still haven't seen that.
Well, I've seen them both, but I will confess, I only just recently watched Oppenheimer, and it was when I was on a plane and I had 14 hours.
Ah, yeah, that'll do it. That's what.
So I was like,
yeah, that was me and Avatar.
Yeah.
We're circling. You've got me.
Yeah.
Play the cartoon.
I put it on at the start and I thought I'll make it by the end of the flight. And I watched it in one sitting.
Yeah, right.
Didn't our very own Margot Robbie look spectacular? She just always looks great.
Did you see what she wore to the Vanity Fair after party?
No.
What was it?
It was just like a bodysuit.
Oh.
Like a gold...
A catsuit?
No, but with no pants.
What?
Like a swimsuit. Not a swimsuit, though. It was like gold kind of... Looked like it was made of metal.
Like what Tay-Tay was getting around in on
yes,
stage? Like that thing? The
with
sort
this,
of
she looks
bodysuity type
amazing.
thing.
Yeah, right.
Margot Robbie can do no wrong.
She can do what she wants.
You know who can do wrong?
Oh, don't.
Al Pacino. So he had the very important job of announcing the best picture.
Yeah.
And when you have that job, you get up, you introduce yourself, you make a funny speech.
You don't get on the gummies beforehand, that's for sure.
And you're supposed to read the nominees, and then everyone gets their big moment, because even being nominated is a big deal. Not if you're Al Pacino. Forgot to do it. Got straight to the point.
10 wonderful films were nominated, but only one will take the award for Best Picture. I have to go to the envelope for that, and I will. Here it comes.
Sounds like Grandpa Simpson.
And my eyes see Oppenheimer. Yes. Yes.
Now comes the music.
He just totally forgot to read the nominees.
Do you think he knew where he was?
No.
But my eyes see Oppenheimer.
I gotta go to the envelope
Oh
for that.
no! All those films that just wanted their 1 second clap to be recognised that they'd been nominated.
Can we talk about the texts that were going around yesterday between us three?
Yes.
I was embarrassed to blast it out on text, but then I got the support back. So every year, if a song for a movie soundtrack is nominated, it gets performed at the Oscars.
Yeah.
And I'm Just Ken
Oh, what a tune!
was up for the movie Barbie, which meant Ryan Gosling needed to perform it live at the Oscars. And I bloody loved it.
I'm just Ken, anywhere else I've been. Is it my destiny?
I was into it, and you guys were texting back saying you're watching as well.
What about Slash making a cameo?
Yeah, Slash
On
was there.
camera. They just needed to pad it, I think.
Yeah.
But Slash was there. He
Margot
was
Robbie's
great.
face was like, I can't believe you're doing this. This
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah, he started behind her, and she did a bit of karaoke in there. A few of the cast
It
members
was
jumped
received
in.
really well.
Yeah, it went off.
It was fun.
He's got good courage doing that in front of his peers.
Absolutely. And he owned it.
Yeah.
You should do it at the Radio Awards this year.
You are a bit just Ken.
Yeah, you really are.
You're just
I'm
Clint.
just Clint.
I'm just Clint.
I struggle to talk at the Radio Awards.
That's a good point. You should see him at the after party.
Clint had a
Hey, Al Pacino! Oh, no, it's Clint. Sorry, mate.
What are you trying to say? Use your words.
Clint had a few drinks before we hit the red carpet at the Radio
Oppenheimer.
Awards last year.
Oppenheimer. What do you say? What?
He was banned from talking.
Yeah,
want
clean
to
slate
drink
this
at the-
year. New start for all of us.
Yeah, you're not invited this year. I'm surprised you were invited last year, to be
I
honest.
got a random idea.
Yeah.
And I don't know how this will go
Talk
down
to
with
me.
Melbourne. All right. And you know what? It's a mood setter for a Tuesday. Should we play I'm Just Ken in full?
Yes. And I think we should also get Clint to re-record it to I'm Just Clint.
Absolutely. But here's the catch. If you're sitting there screaming at the radio going, no, don't do it. How about we agree we will play I'm Just Ken until some Grinch rings and says stop.
Don't be a Grinch.
Yeah, good.
Melbourne.
Strong.
Melbourne's not full of Grinches. Melbourne's full of wonderful, happy people, and they're going to love this.
The number is 132410. Don't use it.
Don't call.
Do not call.
No.
The minute someone rings and says get it off, we will stop.
But who could possibly hate I'm Just Ken?
Is this the live version or is
No,
this
we're going the official
the
version
soundtrack
from
version?
the movie. From the
Right.
movie. Yep.
So the clean version.
Yep. Paid $12 on Amazon, so at least get to the chorus. Let's do it, Melbourne. Oh, no. Hello, Nova.
Hi.
Who's this?
the fun police?
Don't make me switch. Do
Who?
not make
Oh
me
no, we
press
can't
that
afford.
button.
We can't afford
You're
that.
like, I just switched over. I don't want to go back.
Used to you. This is all so fresh for me, and I'm thinking I have to like these guys.
Why,
There's no other option.
why don't you like it, Barb? Come on.
Oh, it's flat. It's horrid. It's just horrible.
But what about all the Kens out there? It's a bit of a pump-up
Yeah, I don't
anthem
know.
for them. Do you think Clint
No,
looks
I
like
just, I
Ken?
just need a quiet morning. Pardon?
Do you think Clint Stanaway looks like Ken?
A little.
Oh, okay. She's not making you Ken, who's normally a 10.
Oh, Barb, all right. You've killed it. Absolutely
shame.
killed it. I'm
Yeah,
just
I have.
Ken.
Well, you've got to kill it now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
I know.
done. It's gone. Rules are rules.
It's so ironic
Shame.
that Barb should
Excellent.
call.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, it was Barbie.
Yeah,
Was that Barbie?
that was Barbie.
Barbie coming to veto Ken. That sounds about
I
right.
thought he did a bloody great job at the Oscars. In
too.
fact, that was my
Well,
highlight.
he's another one that can do no wrong. He's a great man.
Oh, he's a good-looking lad. We are gearing up for a huge week because Mum has her 30-year school reunion.
Don't. Stop saying that. It's 20
Well,
years.
30 years goes like that.
It's unbelievable.
You two are much closer to your 30-year school reunion than I am. I'll have it been
Did you
known.
go to your
No,
20 year?
20
Why
years was
not?
in COVID.
Oh, you should get a 20. What are you up to now?
Well, he's not going to make the 30.
23, 24,
The way he treats his body.
24. Did you go to your 20 years?
Yeah,
oh,
I
you
did,
would have been
yeah.
in COVID too, no?
No. It
Well,
was
you're
just
that old.
beforehand.
He's a bit older than us.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm going into it with some
Trepidation. Yeah.
some nervousness, but I'm you know what I'm mostly nervous about? What if I don't recognise people? Do you wear name tags? Because people change in 20 years.
Absolutely.
Name tags?
Yeah. They're weird name tags.
But even then, I reckon there'll be names and I'll be like, oh,
We had some teachers rock up at ours.
Oh, yeah.
I hope the teachers come.
Bit crusty.
Because
Oh,
that'll make
mate.
us look young.
I was like, God, you're pretty much dust.
No, do you reckon there'd be some teachers still teaching? Probably.
Yeah. Here's the go, though. Clint and I would love to chuck an announcement out to Melbourne. If you went to school with our very own Lauren Phillips, and we're not after the inner circle of her friends,
No, the inner circle's fine. They might say nicer things.
maybe she rejected you in high school. Maybe she was like, no, not my type. Bye for now.
Maybe you rejected her.
That's probably more likely, to be honest.
I've seen the photos.
I had braces and I put sun in my hair to try and give it highlights and it turned
Sunny.
orange.
Or even worse, maybe unfortunately you were one of the ones she didn't say no to. Yeah. We would love to hear from you. 13 24 10 is our number. Otherwise, get in touch on socials. We did get a call from someone earlier who just wanted to warn you ahead of your high school reunion. Something went down at hers. Who was the call from, Broads?
So we got a call from Chris, and he didn't actually want to come on. I think he got scared in the end. But so he went to his 15-year school anniversary.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then when they were there about an hour or two in, then all these highly armed police burst through the door, and they arrested 7 people. It turns out that these high school friends were running an international drug ring, and they arrested them all. And that would just happen to be where the bus went down.
Well, they knew they'd be there.
They were all going to be in the one spot at the one
So have
time.
you got any crimes or outside? Oh, the parking wardens will be waiting for Lauren to pull
No.
up.
Sheriff.
No, my name's Claire. I wonder if there is any colleagues who are in prison. Because they send you the class list, and it's got all the people. It's got everyone in our year, and it has the people that they can't contact and they can't get onto.
Because
Wonder where they've gone.
Well, with good behaviour, they'll be at the 30-year school reunion.
It's gonna be a good day.
Jason Lauren. Wake up feeling good. On Nova 100.
Jason Lauren.
Follow them on socials.